Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Karaoke Andi here. And this is my last EU session before the summer break. I will do one more US session, then the channel will be closed. Let's take a look at the schedule. So here we go. Last day today. Then the channel will be completely closed until the 23rd of August. So Monday the 24th till Friday the 28th. You get me again a whole week where I do both the EU and US sessions. And then on Monday, 31st of August, Tom will return. He will do one week. And after that regular schedule, that means Tom every day, except Wednesdays, where you get me. All right, so the disclaimer. This is no financial advice, only for educational purposes. Trading involves risk and past performance is not indicative of future results. Always conduct your own research before trading. This stream and its recording is for educational purposes only. If I always read it at the same time, then probably you sometimes just overhear that or whatever. Education only. So this stream is governed by the stipulations set out on the website tradertom.com, tradertom.com/disclaimer. All right, so here we go. Markets will open in 4 minutes. Education only. So there was an update available for Trade from Chart, and since then Herrick, the developer, has worked night and day to eliminate some of the flaws that Trade Nation brought into here. So for example, look, this nasty tooltip is gone. Now here I can have here the information about the candle here on mouse hover. That annoying logo is gone. All the stuff that was annoying me is gone, except here Trade Nation made the time frame switch here, and down here is so much free space. Also up here where it used to be. Now, if it was up to me, remove the indicators altogether. I don't use them anyway. So give me my time frame change back. All right, but that's just me. So let's trade the Expresso. I'm using a 19-point offset. Already 3 people writing me. Not live on Divergent. Okay. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. I'm very much live on Divergent news. There must be a problem on your end. Right. So. Up and kicking. 19-point offset in the DAX. Wow, yesterday, especially the Nasdaq was just going on and on and on. And I could have been in from the very opening if I let the Expresso live a little longer. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. If there's newbies to this channel, the Expresso technique is something that I explained in the very first appearance here of myself. It's a technique devised by Tom Hougaard a while ago. I sort of have revived it and put a little bit my own spin on it. That's it's genuinely Tom's technique. I think he designed something to jump on a to get him in a trend day early. Would have worked wonders yesterday in the Nasdaq. I think originally was made for the FTSE. But I use that to usually to scalp the volatility at the open. And for that, I just place a buy order above the 5-minute bar that concludes when the market opens, and a sell short order below. But since there's so much noise around the open, you can't just do that like that. You need some sort of offset, and a rather sizable one. So and that's while I use 19 points. There you go. Updating a little bit. Oh, that's precise now. Okay. So. See if you get filled long. Yep, along the DAX. Along the DAX. So what just happened is something very dangerous that you need to be aware of. I said to you that I don't always draw those lines myself, but we just tapped into resistance here, overnight high here, and immediately saw rejection. Okay, stop loss SAR needs to be here. Risking about 70 points. However, the volatility at the open might, if any volatility, this one might break resistance or break support. The position was briefly back at entry. Still indecisiveness. Reason being is that maybe I should talk about the market structure after this trade is concluded, right? Did I actually delete the short order? Maybe I keep it a... Do I really want to flip here? Oof. Ooh, that is ugly. So first 3 minutes are open. I will move stop loss to here, and the... Why can't I move the short order? Okay, I wanted to delete it. 696. And I will put a short order in here. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Karaoke Expresso. So posting a new short order. Let's take a look as well at the FTSE. Wow. FTSE storming right off the gate. Maybe the DAX could get some inspiration. Would have been a very good idea the past couple of days to just buy the FTSE. That thing is just storming up and printing all-time highs, and while I'm just trying to get something out of the DAX. Oh God, that's so tough. All right, so separate views. Take a look. Okay, Expresso back at entry. The position is in profit. Hey, we got saved by the bell, ladies and gentlemen. Good. Deleting short order again. Okay. Let's see what's going to happen. So first touch, deep rejection. Now second touch. Maybe the DAX could just go now. Come on, Daxy. Make new highs. Go. There you go. There it is. Lovely. Moving stop loss up to about here. Either goes from here or not. If you want to take some profits or close that thing, be my guest. It's not exactly storming right out of the gate, but yeah, we have the chance that there is continuation now. So I will stay long. So 25, 7, 20. Yeah. Ooh. And if I look left, I have to go to a very high time frame here, like the daily chart, to see something. Because I think above that, correct me if I'm wrong, should be all-time highs. So check the weekly. Well, 902. 903.3. Okay. There's 40 points in the DAX. Usually, if you see a strong move, they have 23 seconds to explain that. You get an exceptionally nice candle. There is a good chance that you will see some sort of profit taking here, pullback or whatever you call it, when that candle closes. So I think I will take the 45 points here, closing DAX. If that, of course, now shoots up, no worries. That is, we still have some tools to, if this really is a trend day, again, usually get those once per week. We have some tools to try and jump on later. So I would rather like to take profit here. So 40, I got 43.6. Closed DAX. DAX closed. No. Wow. FTSE is just, we will not never get down there for our first bar positive. I think we traded well together this week so far. I don't want to jinx anything. You know, so there's also, again, different philosophies behind that. Tom considers this, this is what he does, that is his business, that is his job. So he shows up. It doesn't matter the market conditions. He will take trades, and that's just who he is. However, there's this old pit trader, Parks, and he sometimes says, Happy Capital Preservation Friday. And I'm almost inclined to follow that advice, not to piss away the lovely profits from the week, right? But, you know, and here we have a nice buffer. So why don't we take the school run and cut our size in half and take the school run. So we made like 43 points times 2. That gives us about 88 points, 87 points of stop loss in half size. So if it goes our way, we make a little more. We wouldn't be mad. And otherwise, it's a scratch day. What do you think about that? Also, guess what, guys? I'm not grumpy. As I slept maybe 6 hours tonight, but it's just too hot here in Prague. So the bedroom didn't really cool down. I don't have AC there, only AC here, and so in the south-facing rooms, I'm under the roof here. Otherwise, I would just cook here. Okay. This has the potential to go further. The DAX, FTSE as well. Okay, let's see if we get on that. Right, so let's look at structure. $903 is all-time high. Oh, it's really hard to. If there was a function where I could just draw a horizontal line, I can't position that more precisely. That's what it is. So let's make that green, all-time high, above there. Yeah. 15-minute structure. So we are in a gap up situation. DAX opened at 726 and 612 was the close of yesterday after a trend day. Which is around 0.44% gap up. So yesterday's low is down here. Would be very surprised unless the US president gets up late at night and posts something. I would be very much surprised that we will go there, but anything can happen. DAX closes at 1730. So the bar that concludes the 15-minute bar, we're on a 15-minute chart from 1750, 15 till 1730. It's this one here, right? So on the official close, not from the chart, because that's never precise. The official close that is reported by Deutsche Börse, that you can also look up at CNBC. See here. Where is it? You can go here to EU. This year, before the DAX opened, you can just look at what's reported here. 612. I see 612. Yeah. Right. So we take that. The session high, however, is here because we were a little bit higher before the session concluded. And now this is a little bit in the way and it snaps. Why does it snap? Okay. Something like that. Yeah. So, and then of course, everything between sessions is what I call the overnight. So Tom, have to be a little bit careful, talks about the overnight range. That's usually what you see on a Trade Nation chart. I don't know if that's because there's a little gap, between. Maybe has something to do that also the futures markets or whatever thinly traded stuff you get shown here also closes at one point. Right, probably has something to do with it. So from midnight or whatever flip here is 1 a.m. Till about 8. So drawing a box around that. When Tom talks about the overnight range, that's what he means, right? So that's the session high, session close. That means that everything after that is overnight. So the overnight low comes in here at 561, yeah? And the overnight high, we look at everything between sessions, so the high here is 63.2, 63.4. So, and if you're wondering, I'm not a levels guy, I just look at market structure, and I'm interested in it's called areas of interest where price oftentimes reacts to, where you can observe that that price reacts to, and those are those areas. It's not a strategy. there's some levels, guys. Oh, we're approaching all-time highs. Fuck me. Should have stayed in, huh? There's some levels, guys, out there that have a lot of lines on their chart, and they use pivot points or something mystic or whatever, and then they show you how price bounces from their lines and whatever. Problem is, they always do that with hindsight, right? They never tell you how to trade it, and they never tell you to which line price will react. So if you draw enough lines on the chart, yeah, you have a good chance that price will react to something. You might come to a different conclusion if you have a system for that, but just don't think for a second that I'm one of those levels, guys. I just want to show you how I prepare, or at what I am looking, and I usually don't draw that anymore because I don't know, I just see that because I've done that so many hundred times. In fact, I prefer my charts rather clean. I do that here for your benefit, that you have some orientation. When I talk about overnight high, overnight low, last session high, last session low, do that for that reason. Yeah. Previous session low. Let's do this in purple. Or pink, or whatever. So, yeah, session high and low marked in pink, overnight in gray, and all-time highs in green. Right now, could probably just buy the DAX because that thing will just go up there. FTSE pulling back now. Probably beyond that. Yep. Here was the failed double top where I tried the swing short position that was 100 points in profit at one point. Moved stop loss to break even after it was 70 points in profit, and then got stopped out for 0. That's the game that we're playing. Especially when you're swing trading, you can't just micromanage every position, right? However, shorting an all-time high, yes. However, if it works out, the potential would be that we go all the way down somewhere there, or even here, right? So, but the double top so far failed, right? And now bulls are attempting to create another all-time high. Failed so far. Higher high double tops exist, right? So wow. See on the 1 minute chart. 1 minute chart always has a little bit more noise, and but sometimes you see what's happening a little bit better. So like a strong bull push. Here is the tiniest of a pullback that. See where we got out. right? So that was the close of, I believe, of a 5-minute bar, where I expected like, okay, honestly, a deeper retracement. Something happened there, but then just too much convictions on the side of the bull. Again, 3-bar pullback, and then another push, another leg up. It's kind of a messy leg up here. Yeah, but again, it's never textbook in the real markets. You get something like that, and you have to make split-second decisions whether you use the Expresso as a tool that it's designed for, or I use it for, mainly to scalp initial volatility. But then again, if you see this, you would have been in, and there. And here FTSE is now, wow, look at that. There you go. Beautiful. So, if you want to jump on a move like that, I'm not sure I'm going to do it or want to do it. What you can do, of course, is, I'm usually on the 5-minute chart, right? So you can buy for any reason, right? You can buy, if you print consecutive bull bars like that, especially strong one like that, you can buy on close. Yeah, there might be a retracement, there might be whatever. And that's of course the danger. But that's a way to get in. You can buy once you make a new high, so a bar supersedes just as it moves the previous one. Just press buy. You just end up there, right? Bloody hell. What I prefer to do is get in on a pullback, but if it's a strong bull trend like that, bull breakout, however you call that, it's really momentum behind it, then you might want to buy below prior bar low. However, what if there is nothing here on the 5-minute? You might go to the 2-minute, and you had one chance here, that was there, right? Here. This bar is the only one that went below the prior bar low. So that would have made a great entry. Or you can go to the 1-minute chart. There you have, I believe, a few more opportunities. So this one, and 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 this one. Get me out of here. Could have just bought. There we go. 81.4, 81.9. So technically, the FTSE double top here, or pull back. As a scalper, you can do that. Just be aware there's a very strong, very strong bull trend here. It's not a single bear bar in there. But yeah, some bulls might take profit here. So The tiniest of a pullback can happen. Maybe even a retracement. You can scalp that. And then the question is when to get out, right? So the problem that I have now is with the school run that if I take the school run, I would buy into major resistance, which is the on the weekly chart, that green line here, which is and beyond that is all-time high territory. So let's take it anyway. As I said, in half size. I don't know how much we will need here. So putting an order in for the school run long. Okay. Thanks for trying. Okay, we will need a little bit larger stop. So, but again, should we get stopped out, we will then have a small loss, but more or less a scratch day. So stand by for a long position in the DAX on a school run. So this is as bullish as it gets. The only danger is profit taking up here, right? That we're double topping. So we're opening, gap up. We have two juicy bull bars where the bodies don't overlap. Reasonable small tails there, I would say. Large bodies, sizable bars. I mean, if you want to be long anyway, might as well. Try to optimize our entry, right? So, okay, 38.2% retracement, which I would call a shallow retracement, would get us below bar number 5. And maybe we're not even getting that. I was on the microstructure, just hoping for. I mean, you see, if you bought that here, there's already 14 points difference, right? Thought we would get a little bit more of a pullback here, but very strong. Look how tight that channel is. And trends, they can even accelerate. You know, one must not always assume that that runs out of steam. I might be like, okay, two things can happen here: profit taking, and our position goes to shit, or it retraces significantly, but then DAX gets attractive enough, cheap enough to buy again for bulls, and that can happen, or it can just shoot through and will just attract more buyers, some euphoria here. Get tracing a little bit more. Okay. Stand by, I might buy the DAX just here. Buying the DAX. Deleting school run order. Long the DAX now. So. Reduced our stop loss to 90 points. Sorry guys. I said I did that in half size. So. Edit. 25. 8987, let's call that 870. And stop loss 25 779 19. So that in this area, don't know how precise a CFD chart always is. I think I tried to put that line there at 903, it's at 902 or something like that. Close is sometimes close enough, right? So that pullback, profit taking, whatever that we would expect around here. See, it says here 903.3, and we went as high as, that is just like, that's like 10 points away. So so we just basically reinvested our profits here into a school run long. This is a trend day. We are late to the party, but might still be worth our while, because that can go on the whole day. And then we simply try to run it. If we have a big enough profit buffer, put stop loss to break even. That's the plan. However, if we get stopped out, then we lost like 5 points or something like that. That makes sense. So not much more to say, much more to see. I can switch on that Fibonacci tool here. So we get an idea how deep that retracement is. 38.2 here, 50% here. Then our stop loss is below that. If we see a deeper retracement than 50%, the 61.8 we will not survive. Our stop loss is here. It's the opposite side of the screw run signal bar. It's 90 points. Yeah. And why is this pink? Because I made it so, huh? Let's make it yellow. Why not yellow? Ooh. Oh, that's cool. Ah, opacity. Oh, that's good. There we go. You see the issue with having too many lines on the chart? At one point you don't see price anymore, right? Oof. Let's just see. Let's take a couple questions. Good morning, Andy, you badass. That's my man Svetoslav. That's a huge, huge motherfucker. I will not argue with that, gentleman. So, here is Rares from the United Kingdom. Hi Andy, maybe the buy under the school run bar this time as DAX is all-time high? Question mark. That will make around 61% retracement fib as well, but you're in charge. I'm trying to find an excuse not to buy anywhere else. Yeah, I know. Look, we're all making excuses. That's just human nature. If you want to be in, just buy that motherfucker. Maybe look, school run dictates a stop loss below the second 15-minute bar, but you know, if we disregard school run for a second, we expect a trend day, right? Might very well be one. It might reverse. Nobody knows what's going to happen within the first 90 minutes or so. In the US indices, you usually get some sort of reversal. The DAX also changes his mind often enough. Then you can also just put the stop loss down here and just be done with it. So if it really goes and goes and goes, you might have missed out on, could have optimized for 40 points or whatever, but if you made a couple hundred at the end of the day, does it really matter, right? At least you're in. I tried to at least optimize a little bit, so we got in at, where did we get in? Let's make that 870, and school run would come up at 892 plus a point or two offset. So like at least saved us 23, 24 points. Should that go up? Yeah. There's also the very strong possibility that this is. I mean, now we had two pause bars. Might shoot up now again. So we get the first real leg here. Yeah. So what I'm just saying is, you might just wait and wait and wait, and the market runs away. You know, if you're just printing bull bars here, at one point you have to make a decision, right? So that's why I try to optimize my entry on a lower time frame. Whatever you're looking at. So was the first opportunity. I should probably try to get that one on the 2-minute, or was I on the 3-minute? I already don't know anymore. So I don't know, mate. Do you really expect a deep retracement like that? Then just wait. You know what they're saying. Trading is a waiting game, and patience. Do what you must. I'm in. So, Angie, hi Andy. Yesterday was a trend day for the US indices. Couldn't we have tried to get back into the Nasdaq after having missed it at the open? Yeah, sure we could have. You're absolutely right. I just slept 2 hours. I slept 6 tonight. I'm just really, I'm not as sharp and not, I don't have the same resolve. I'm a human being. I try to preserve energy and deliver some results for you, even though you shouldn't follow me. This is education only, remember. So, but you see me here with all my flaws. With hindsight, yeah, I could have stayed into that Expresso. We wouldn't have any issue right now timing our entry. We would be in, right? We would just put stop loss to break even, and that would be down here, right? We would be done with it. We would just let it run. Yeah, but is what it is, huh? So, of course, we have had the opportunity to do so. Not making any excuses here. So, also, I, that's the thing also with hindsight, right? But you know that thing running after the market. So we all have seen the rally of yesterday. So, and in our minds, we now just project it to today and want to be in that rally, right? What if it just goes back down here, right? So then we were running after the market. We were buying that thing, and then everybody would be like, yeah, that's a weekly double top. Of course there is resistance. Of course, there would be profit taking. That's the thing. You only know that after the fact. Gotta pay to play, to put money on the line and find out. So, and I don't know what's going to happen. Will we double top here? Will that sell off? Or not? It's also, cannot only go up and down, can only go sideways, right? So can just be stuck in a consolidation here for a while. So far, nothing is happening. Nobody knows. So, yesterday you were not happy for me jumping back in. Okay, today I did. If it reverses, you will be angry at me. Andi, we had such a great week, Andi, and that nice profit from the Expresso in the morning, and you pissed it away. I think I can't make everybody happy here. So I can just acknowledge my own humanity, the biological being that I am, and its needs and its flaws. And this one hasn't slept well. And follow my convictions, right? So that's the only thing I can do here. And you guys, I wouldn't, if you follow Tom, be my guest. I wouldn't necessarily recommend you follow me because I'm only here once per week, right? So now you got me a whole week, and I believe it was profitable, but I can't guarantee that Wednesdays I will always have a good trading day, because historically Wednesdays are my worst days. Since I'm trading with you guys, it's 50-50. You know where I'm coming from, right? So take that as an inspiration. Maybe even take it as, I don't want to be like Andy. I want to hold that Expresso. There's either stop loss or all-time highs or whatever you do. I'm genuinely happy for you if you are still in there. if you jump back in the Nasdaq yesterday and made hundreds of points, my hat goes off to you. Absolutely. Not jealous at all. I just have to trade here to the best of my ability. And my ability to trade right now is a little bit diminished by the fact that it's 38 degrees centigrade in Prague, which is absolutely crazy. So, anyway, Richard, come on, boys. Tom didn't take profits, and now you took profits. Why can't we have it both ways? Yeah, there you go. Why can't we have it both ways? That's the thing, right? Andy is the man as long as he delivers points, right? And if he doesn't, the moment he doesn't, then I had I think that was a month ago or 2 months ago or whatever. I was also, I think, flying solo there. Tom was on holiday. And I had some very bad consecutive US sessions. You know, I had a couple losses in a row. People were really mad at me. They were writing me, Andy, you suck. Andy, your win rate is pathetic. What can you do? So I'm just between Andy, you suck, and Andy, you're a rock star. They're just but there you go. This might retrace deeper, huh? But we will try. We'll just try. We will try. So, hello Andy, Frank. Hello Frank. How to make the difference between FOMO and rational trading after the fact? FOMO is fear of missing out, right? So you see this here. You were in there, you got out, and then it runs away. So, and yeah, so you want to be in there, right? So that's your fear of missing out. On what are you missing out? On that here. And in your mind, you're projecting that up here, right? So that's what you do. So you want to be in there. You fear to miss out, right? And rational trading, we could rationally look at that. Okay, that's a strong bull trend here in a tight bull channel. Al Brooks would say always in long. We are in a gap up situation. We are near all-time highs. Buy for any reason. Buy a bull bar on close, whatever. Try to buy below prior bar low. It's more of an expert entry. What I try to achieve. Could have done so down here. So there's also no look. There's nothing wrong with getting back into a bull trend or bear trend. It's not. FOMO is a good excuse in that moment, right? But real FOMO is that you do something stupid, right? So you just fire trade after trade. If it's fear motivated, and for example, you put your stop loss down here, below the swing. Once it goes below that, I don't want to be in that trade anymore. That's fear, right? If you do something like that. So, and if it's fear motivated, that's not good. Then you should stay out. Yeah. But getting back into a trend, that's not FOMO, ladies and gentlemen. That's an opportunity there, right? So, but if it's fear motivated, if you do something stupid, yeah, that's usually shit. Because that invites all kinds of detrimental behavior. Let's say you're a bad loser. So you go on the 1 minute chart and you put your stop loss down here, right? I'm not risking more than 21 points on this. Deeper retracements exist. So then you get stopped out there because you only had like a 22-point stop loss. And then you think like, fuck, that reverses here. Then you sell short. Put your stop loss up here because it's also just like 22 points, right? Or whatever, you put it here. Yeah. And then guess what? You get a 38.2% retracement, and then it goes back up. You get stopped out, and then you buy the breakout. Okay, you're finally in. Put stop loss again down here. This time it's, I don't know, 30 points. And then it touches the real weekly high here, and then the sell-off starts. So you're feeling me, and suddenly you revenge trade and go on full-blown tilt and blow up, yeah, because of that shit. So that's not how to do it, right? So, but seeing an opportunity, and again, nobody knows what's going to happen. I don't have a glass ball. I just see this and think, okay, why wouldn't that continue? We see a consolidation here, call it a bull flag or a bullish pennant if it goes a little deeper. So why wouldn't we get a new leg? Why wouldn't we make new all-time highs here? We're so close here. But I'm also now I'm now committed. That's the preferred outcome, right? But reversal can happen. It's a double top. It's a major double top. If there's ever any significant double top, this is that, ladies and gentlemen. And some traders might sell that, right? Some bulls know that they might take profit there. So let's be rational here. We have a buffer of, I don't know, what did we make? 42 points. Did we have that? 43.6. So we have, if we cut that size in half, which we did, it's a half size trade, we can double our stop loss, and we would have, what is that? 87.2 points. I made that 90, put the stop loss where it belongs, on the school run. So just in case this goes and goes and goes, then we're in with half a position, and we can still add to it. We can still make it bigger. We can still squeeze hundreds of points out of it if it goes. And if not, we just risked what we made this morning here. That's the plan. And I'm only trading defensively like that because I am really not physically on my best. I will still go to the gym. Today is arm day. Yesterday was leg day. That was really, I almost fainted. Leg days are the worst, right? So, Frank, hope that answers your question. Henrik, hi Andy, please look at the last day of the month, being a Friday. What did DAX and FTSE do historically? I don't. Do you really care about that? Last day of the month, historically, you know, the institutions, they have weekly goals, they have monthly goals, they have quarterly goals. Last day of the month can actually be a trend day, right? So I think I know that from the top of my head. But thanks for pointing that out. I really care so much about that. I trade what's right in front of me, and right in front of me, DAX is attacking all-time highs. We're in a gap-up situation. We have a first 15-minute bar. That's juicy. The second one, that's juicy. The bodies don't overlap. Yeah, okay. double top on the weekly and profit taking up here. All good and well, but I guess nobody can blame me for taking the school run long here, and which hasn't triggered yet, by the way. So far, I was trying to get a better entry because we want to be long in that, right? We want to be in there. We're just waiting for the school run. Might as well just buy. So look, we are dancing around the entry so far. If you don't want to be in this trade, get out here for a scratch. And just don't take it. Absolutely no pressure from my side. I will respect you all the same. Svetoslav is practicing adding to winners. That's an excellent practice, I believe. So Henrik says that he was thinking that the last day of a month might set us up for a trend day. Look, but anything can happen, right? So right now we are retracing. Bruce says, Andy, a few days ago when you traded the Nasdaq, where it was really weak, you had some very good trades, but myself on that day, I was afraid to jump in the market in the middle, even though it looked very weak. But I saw you go in the middle when you smelled the weak market and made 100 plus points and went out and you left another 100 or 200 on the table. Do you have any advice for jumping in on a market like that? I'm afraid because of the big stop loss I need on the... Bruce, I'm doing that for a while. So it may look a little bit like I'm shooting from the hip, but I have a lot of reference points in the back of my head. When I see a candle move, expand, I have an idea about a normal candle range. I have an idea about the speed with which a candle usually expands. So, and if I see their momentum, like something that is unusually fast, I don't want to wait for the close or any official signal, because even though you can't backtest something like that, right? You can't just say statistically the odds are higher, blah blah blah. But my experience tells me if I waited for the close, I would maybe piss away 50 points, right? I would miss out on 50 points or something like that. So then I rather jump in the middle of a candle movement. The problem is if we look now at that Nasdaq chart, the candles are not moving; they're static. So hard to describe. Hard to describe. Also, I have a stronger sense for that on a short position than on a long position. Because when I look at this here, I always assume that it's going to break lower. You know, that's what I'm seeing right now. Actually, being long now goes against my very instincts. I'm more of a short than I'm a long. Guys, I will quickly close down the windows. The heat is coming in. Give me a second. So, switched on AC. Good. Guys, I don't want to give you bad advice, right? So that's why I'm saying I've done that for a while. But you know, there are those the usual trading advice on social media. One of that is wait. Trading is a waiting game. Wait for your A plus setup to appear, right? And if it's not A plus, you don't take it. And trade less. One trade per week is enough to be a billionaire, or whatever. Yeah, there there is there are such things that that one could call missed opportunities. And here's a very stark difference. Being patient, there's a right time for patience, right? And you need to be very patient as a trader. But there's also times for taking action. You need to be able to also to pull that trigger, right? And not to overanalyze or overthink. And sometimes you need to make that decision in a depends on the time frame, right? But I'm on a 5 minute usually, so you need to make that decision in a split second, especially in the fast moving US index, right? Okay, that looks weak. Oh, that's shooting up. Oh, that's crashing down. Boom, in, and then see what happens. Yeah. That's how I trade. And one of my best, or basically all of my best trades came from intuitively doing that. So the danger with intuition is that you need to develop it. So be careful with that. If you are new, there's absolutely nothing wrong with trading mechanically. Wait for the school run to properly trigger up here. Can optimize later. So, and yesterday in the Nasdaq, getting in for any reason, it just motored on and on and on. And now, yeah, this position that is already 20 points optimized, you know, it's already 30 points underwater. That's exactly what you need to be able to deal with, right? So, and the worst thing you could do is now to think, that will go up eventually. I buy some more down here. Now you would add to a loser, right? And right now the market is not confirming that it wants to go up. Right now, no, the bears are in control. Right now, buyers are taking profit. And why wouldn't they? It's an all-time high area there. 10 points different on a CFD chart, that's close enough. So this might completely reverse down. And we must be absolutely content with that, right? Our stop is in place. We're risking more or less what we made in the morning. We reinvested that. So there's only two things that can happen here, that we get stopped out or that we see at least another leg up. So you can use the Fibonacci extension here. 38.2% would be here. 61.8 would be there. You could measure that leg geometrically. But we have this measuring tool here. So that leg is almost 200 points. So then depends from if we make a swing low here and it goes further up. Let's say this would be the swing low. So that would take us all the way up here. Yeah. So Bruce says, best advice. I know that is what I need to do sometimes, pull the trigger and think less. As, since I get so many messages here from you guys, I also was mentoring a couple of traders, but I can't and I will not offer anything here. I'm just a guest. This is Tom's channel, so forget what I just said. But you can really see that there are different types of traders that, but they struggle with the same things, right? So there's those who are too trigger happy, and then there are those who can't pull the trigger. And usually, if you're an analytical type, and then that's especially hard. For those, it's really you have to do some drills, like for example the 20 trades exercise from Mark Douglas. They need to stop thinking. They need to just execute. Setup comes. Fuck your confluence or whatever you see there or not see there, or any confirmation that you might want to wait for. Nope. Signal comes, you pull that trigger until that till that becomes a habit, right? And then there are those who are too trigger happy, who just shoot and shoot and shoot, who then run into revenge trading and full tilt, and they usually blow up fast. Yeah, so those we need to slow down. To those we have to see to say find 2 or 3 other reasons to get in. Real confluence. Now, for them, maybe waiting for the A+ setup is a good drill. So that's why I'm saying that, because I've talked to so many traders. Also, I see that from your questions. That's why I'm confident that you, Bruce, might be a little bit over analyzing. You need to execute more. But that being said, that might be the wrong advice for somebody who is too trigger happy. Yeah. So, Chris Williams, Australia. Oh, sorry, I wasn't. Why did I read out your second name? Anyway, hi Andy. If the stop is hit on this trade, would you take the short, or is it an anti being outside the overnight high? Thanks. Okay, all good. It's an excellent question. Here I would say you have to see it in the context of that weekly double top all-time high thing. So if you believe profit taking and it's just a deeper pullback, right? Buying below prior bar low is a good entry, and then prior bar low is maybe on the hourly chart or whenever that happens. So that means buying below the second 15-minute bar, once we get there, might be a very good idea. But that all depends on if you believe in that here to be a trend day. Yes, last day of the month, gap up situation, yada, yada, yada. But we can't ignore if it comes down all the way here. Again, nobody knows what's going to happen. You have to weigh all that information in your mind. But you know, that's really we closed above everything here. You know, overnight high, previous session high. Also that school run signal bar here is even the low is above everything else. I don't know. I would still probably be bullish here. Would still try to buy the DAX. still would probably buy the DAX. However, I'm telling you this, if I get stopped out, I will not take more trades. I will manage this one with you till the very end. So there you have it. Oh, Eric just implemented the time frame selector. My God, I love you, mate. Fucking love you, mate. Eric just, that's the developer of the Trade from Chart software, has just single-handedly removed all the flaws and like everything that drove me mad yesterday, where I was very grumpy and upset about what Trade Nation has done there. So if I get a time frame selector now here or whatever, I would have to install it. I would just be, my God, I would be so happy. Man, love you. Pear says, you should write a book too, Andy. You give so much trading psychology gold. You're very welcome. Look, I'm not a trading psychologist, right? But I've seen a thing or two, and I try to relay that to you. What is that? What do I get here all the time for messages? Have to... Excuse me a second. Oh, I was thrown into a... Do you know that sometimes you're thrown into a WhatsApp group and then they start discussing there and your phone is always beeping. So I will mute that now and there we go. So, okay, we're back at entry. Shall we add on the school run? Shall we buy into resistance some more? Or shall we wait until we have... Shall we commit and risk being wrong? So how far did we pull back? If this is it. Sometimes it isn't, sometimes it just looks like it. 38.2% retracement. Almost picture perfect. But hey, needs to go now. Sometimes it just looks that it goes, and then we go sideways for a while, and then it might still reverse. I've seen it all. I really have seen it all. It's just because I'm committed now, I'm long. I want that this is the swing low. Of course, here the pullback ends, is the swing low, and then we push higher and we get another leg. I want that to be the case, but that might not be the case, right? So, want that to be. So, Carlos asks, when are you adding? Because I read Tom uses adding as an antidote to take profit on a small trade. Yeah, not on a small trade, and on any trade. Carlos, you should add to your winning positions, but add from a position of strength. If you're already behind for the day and nothing really works out, and the trading conditions are not that great, then probably because when you add, you increase your exposure. But if it goes in your favor, and then why not? Then you should do that. And yes, one of the premises of Tom's trading is then when you have the urge to scale out, to take half profits, to whatever, where the antidote to that is to add, right? Yeah, but when, right? When to add? I get that question so often. Look, we could add now on the school run. It's an official signal. Why not? We could add when we make a new all-time high. We could add on a pullback if we were in. We could try to add on a pullback. We could really add for any reason. We could add every 20 points or 50 or whatever. Just get used to adding. Add 10%, add something small. Get used to adding, Carlos. Get a feeling for it. Yeah? You just basically, what does adding mean? You just press buy again, right? You just open another position. That position will have a stop loss. That position needs to be managed. Yeah. Maybe that helps if you look at it as an individual position, right? So if you're in an uptrend like that, healthy uptrend, and let's assume this continues now and we make another leg, where would you add, right? Let's say this wouldn't have happened. Say we would see this. Where would you add? Here. Oh no, here, here, here. Where would you add? Below prior buy low, you would have to go to a smaller time frame. 2 minutes. Okay, where would you add? Here or here, right? Yes, if you want to take profit, if you look, that's the thing. What kind of trader do you want to be? What are you playing for? Do you want to ever get a home run and ride a trend day from down here to up here in the opposite side of the screen, diagonally opposite? Like yesterday, you want to be in down here and get out here when the market closes. You want to have that full thing, and you want to add it on the way and take all the profits and go for the jugular. Yeah, then you have to act like that. Then you can't just get out. You need to stay in. And if you feel the urge to get out, press buy again. Simple as that. Be careful with your risk, right? Get used to adding first. Add a little bit, 10%. So position is in profit. Official school run hasn't triggered yet. Shall we add there? Shall we do it? So, what do you think? Yeah. That green line is still there. Just all remember what is here. Major double top on a weekly chart. All-time highs above. What are we going to do, ladies and gentlemen? Or are we scared? Do we just close that position, take our 43 points and run? What shall we do? Let's make a poll. So. Your votes, ladies and gentlemen. I believe you can take multiple votes. It doesn't make much sense. I didn't configure that. So. Ooh. So 300 of you have voted so far. No, 335 have seen that and voted have, I don't know, 100, 200. So. So far, the majority says add on school run. If I add on school run and we turn this into a losing morning, yeah, I don't want to get a single message that I pissed away our nice profits here for the morning. So if all of you want that, or the majority wants that, yeah, assuming we get there, then this is what we do. So you decided, ladies and gentlemen, we add another 50% on top. Okay. Good. Actually, I'm very proud of you. That is, oh fuck, what did I do? So what that? Close enough, yeah. So, more questions. John says, yes, we should add. Market is scared of missing out and they like round numbers. So 25,900, even 26. Yeah, I would say 26, right? So big round number. 900 is already, that's here, right? That's where it sits, the all-time high at 903. Yeah? So if then we play for, what are we playing for? I would say, let me take my FIB tool here. And when there is an order line, I can't really. Fuck. Okay. There it is. So an equal distance swing would be, let's measure that again. Oh. I think we already did that. 186. So that would bring us up. Yeah, that would bring us to the big round number. That would also bring us to the 61.8% extension. Why not the big round number, huh? Yeah, I like it. Close is close enough. So. It's also a good risk to reward. Oh. Fire and forget, ladies and gentlemen. But if that happens, if that materializes, you know, DAX meandering, still still consolidating. So FTSE as well. Yeah. So good idea. MST says I voted take profit and run because after initial volatility in an uptrend, the buyers are thinning towards the end of the peak period. Just my personal opinion. Yeah, but MST, how do you know? Right? How do you know? This could, you know, the concept of legs. When I talk about a leg, let me take here drawing tool. See, usually get something like that. Pull back. And something like that. That would be your second leg. And then sometimes you get a third leg, you know. And sometimes that thing will accelerate, you know. That all can happen, right? So you say volume. Look, I don't volume doesn't exist. I don't believe in volume. I don't look at volume. I don't care about volume. I don't even see volume here. I'm on a CFD chart. So if you have reason to believe that that will not go higher, if you have good reasons to believe, stay out, right? Close that thing for a scratch and stay out. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I will have still the highest of respects for you. No problem. However, if it's fear motivated, that you just don't want to lose the profits that you made this morning, yeah, well, there is the concept of not every day is the day to press it. Unfortunately, some gentlemen pointed out it's the last day of the month. There might still something going on. So, but yeah, here it can reverse. Don't need to have more reasons than it's a major double top on a weekly. It can reverse. And there's absolutely no way that we can know, right? So we just follow our conviction. Our conviction is this will get up here to the big round number. So that's what we decided here as a majority. Chris is staying out because he's a wise man. Okay. No worries. Fair. Are you kidding me? There's my friend Robert. He's a trader from Poland. He just, if I show you that, he will put us all to shame. Maybe even rival Tom. Look at that shit. So that's 2,035 points in profit in the Dow. That's you see that 52,000. That's not the DAX. But my man here is and he says he's targeting 53. Now I would say you're pretty close, right? You're pretty close. 140 points or what? I don't know where Dow trades at right now. Where does Dow trade at? No, 483 points away. So, yeah, I'm sure you will get there. That guy's just crazy. So, just so you see what conviction can do. So, Amr from the United Arab Emirates. Hello, Andy. It doesn't have to reach all-time highs. It happened many times to just get close to all-time highs, then reverse. Yeah, happened many times. And many times it didn't. We will find out. So, I can't take away the uncertainty. I can't take away the discomfort. That's trading, right? That's what we're here for. Andrea, my friend from Italy, says, break even and add position always. There you go. Vincent from the United Kingdom says, you just reminded me of saying it's better to be out of a trade wishing you were in than in a trade wishing you were out. Tja. But can't always know that beforehand, right? So. Money asks, why not using 3-minute chat? Chat, you mean chart, right? Could you please explain? The lower the time frame, my brother, the lower the signal quality. The lower the time frame, the higher the noise. Yeah? So if you want to trade like a fucking click monkey, click, 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 and go. Why don't you go to the 10 seconds charts, right? You get signals all the time, but most of them will be bullshit. Yeah. So I'm trying to trade here for 2 hours with you guys, and for that, the 5-minute is appropriate. The 15-minute is appropriate also because we are using the school run here, right? So 3-minute is just, I don't know. I go to the lower time frame just to time my entries maybe, or to, if there's just a big bar like that, I want to see, what happened there inside. So Tom just posted here something. Tom is just hijacking our session here to poll for features. But not much going on. So Yeah. Oh. Okay, so more questions. Had to vent. uh, I understand. I was yesterday, I was going mental about a couple of things, but guess what? Herrick has removed them already. The stuff that was really annoying the fuck out of me. Um, oh, I understand. I understand, Tom. So, uh, Florian, hi Andy, no guarantee, but the SRS range, if you extend it, will hit 1x the 26,000. Every day I use the SRS concept and draw these boxes on top and below. I have observed that in normal days you can get blah, 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 blah. So the likelihood, yeah, I would have to read that in peace and give it a little bit more attention. I love it when you guys put your own twist on it and do your own research and make that the techniques of Tom that he was so lovely to share with all of us, make that somewhat your own, right? And make something out of it. So just so you guys know, the school run does not, I just need to repeat that often enough, the school run and actually really any of Tom's technique, they don't come with exit rules. So that means the exit is always discretionary. And that also leaves room for your own research, like Florian here did, who takes, as I see it from glancing over multiple, he's extending the range of the signal bar. Yeah, and sees if he gets multiples. That's how he's doing it. So let's try. So you would have here a candle range of, I don't know, 110. So you would project that to up here. That's what he's doing, and I find that very lovely. So Kaspar wrote me a long message. The thing that amazes, impresses me. He wrote along. I'm just reading a part of it. The thing that amazes slash impresses me, Kaspar, about you and Tom is that you can trade a mathematically losing strategy profitably. I can't figure out where you get the confidence to believe in yourself like that. I think it's awesome that you do. I need to trudge away at backtesting crap, unfortunately. So, my man Kaspar here is clearly is an analytical type, right? And as Ed Psychota says, if you want, the market will. I hope I quote him correctly, but the essence of what he said is that whatever you want from the market will give that to you, right? So Kaspar wants to be the market to be all in a mathematical equation, and everything that you do has to make sense statistically, empirically, mathematically. You need models and whatnot. Yeah, and so he probably has looked at Tom's strategies and found out, oh wow, they don't make sense mathematically. The thing is, Caspar, as I said, the school run, for example, is just that. It's an entry technique. It doesn't come with exit rules. So, but you can be sure that everything that Tom shares with the public is very well researched. Absolutely no doubt about it. But your philosophy, stop writing for a second. I'm now really addressing that particular issue here because that's interesting for others. Don't assume I read all of that. It's too much, brother. Slow down. So Tom creates technique like that, not so much for the sake of trading a specific mathematical model, right? But it's more designed to be in alignment with his philosophy, and his alignment and his philosophy is that if you ever want to be in a move like this here, from start to finish, and not take half profits, and not scale out, not because your strategy, model, whatever, research, backtesting dictates, oh, I want a 2-to-1 or whatever. No, you add on the way up, and add, and then you take all the profit at the end of the day. Or maybe run the position a day longer and look where we would have been. Look at what I showed you from my mate here from Poland, whose position is many thousand points in profit. Can you believe that? Right? So if you ever want to have home runs like that, you need to not act because of statistics, stochastics, or mathematical model. You need to be, it's basically trend following, right? You need to be in that, and you will only be in that if you assume that every day looks like that, right? So can there be signs to stay out? Can there be signs to take it easy or be cautioned? Yes, of course there can. And today we have like end of the day, 2 juicy bars, up gap up situation versus all-time high, major double top on the weekly. So what do we do? Was 50-50, right? Basically, but a little bit more than half set. Nope, we should add here. So, and that's the thing. You don't know, Caspar, what's going to happen. And also adding whatever you calculate there and think it doesn't make sense mathematically, adding to a winning position changes that equation dramatically. That's the key point that you're missing, right? But hey, to each his own. You showed me here a chart where you are in significant profits, and I agree. That is an example on how you are trading, not just this, but generally, you're doing okay. Not only okay, you're thriving, you're doing good. You just come from a different vantage point. You come from a different philosophy. So that's as respectable as what Tom is doing, or to a lesser extent what I'm trying to showcase here. Right? Tom and we believe that most of us know already enough technical analysis, and that the growth in terms of personal growth and growth as a trader, and ultimately to make more money in the markets, doesn't lie in more research, doesn't lie in more technical analysis, doesn't lie in more statistics, doesn't lie in more math. It simply lies in in the mental aspects of trading, and that's where the majorities of retail traders don't work on. That's why 90% lose. Yeah. So I hope that makes sense to you and to others as well. If you try to put a win rate to and risk to reward to the school run, then you have to define that because it's undefined. There is no exit rules, right? So Tom researches that thoroughly. So if Tom's idea is to be a trend follower, to catch trend days, right? He will certainly look at in his research of the school run, he will look at how often does the school run get me into a move like that. So did it yesterday. So let's say you took the classic school run. I think we did that right yesterday. I was even contemplating to take the ante here, but because the FTSE showed some weakness, just that one candle, and this candle was all red here, I thought, yeah, it's a big trading range here. The DAX is in, thought that might break, so I sold short. However crappy this constellation was, and yeah, got stopped out. But then, well, if you took the flip here on the classic school run, it would have been filled here. You would be very happy if you increased that position. So yes, you would have lost here maybe, I don't know, 80, 90 points, but you had the potential to make, if you were in there till the market closed. Let's quickly measure that. To make 223 and maybe double or triple that if you add it on the way up. Yep. So probably that's what Tom did. And if you then at the end of the day, because keeping a position overnight, but to maybe let something run, right? You would be very, very happy by now. Not like us puking through something where we already would have been in with the Expresso, right? So anyway, so greatest of respect to you, Casper. Absolutely, in no way, shape, or form do I say that how Tom trades or I trade is superior. It's just a different philosophy. It highlights a little bit more, I believe, what people are struggling with in their behavior. And yeah, I received a message today. I read it out to you. Forgot the name. Andi, why didn't we get back into the Nasdaq yesterday? Of course, with hindsight, would have been an excellent idea. So, and now look, we're puking now through a position that is between 20 and 50 points underwater. Was occasionally back at break even, a little bit in profit. And that's where we are right now. Yeah. So that's also trading because nobody knows what's going to happen. All right. So MST agrees. Mental is the most difficult and important hurdle to overcome. Thank you for your agreement. But it's true, right? So nobody likes to. Alex, my mate. Good morning. Steve says, morning, Andi. When did you realize you could make a living trading? What doubts did you have? Oh, basically. I took a chance, brother, and I will. Look, you all want to, because I'm not trading as long as Tom. I'm haven't made my fortune yet, so I'm maybe a little bit more relatable, and you want to all know what's my story, how long have I been profitable, can I make a living, yada yada yada. Um, the thing is, I'm here once per week. I'm a guest here. If I told you something that would look, I don't know, I don't believe, one consultancy out there identified and categorized 20 different risk personalities. So that I have to be really careful here. What I did here with the back against the wall, just jumping in something in my 40s, having a family might be too crazy for someone. Also, our journeys are all different. So if it took me X years, that is in no way, shape, or form a useful reference point to you, because we are all different. Our journeys are all different. It doesn't help you. Trading is navigating uncertainty, and just by looking at me and assuming it will be the same for you is just not kicking it. So I understand your curiosity there, and I gave away a lot of my background and things like that in previous sessions. I just don't want to repeat myself over and over again. What I just want to point out is that we are all different risk personalities, and also what did Tom say? Practice doesn't make perfect, practice makes permanent. I've talked to traders who after 20 years of trading came to the conclusion that they want to do it all algorithmically and just take the human out of the equation. So in 2 decades, that gentleman has never really tackled what I was talking about here, the mental aspects of trading, the reptile brain, has made no real effort to work on that. And the growth that you are seeking is in the work that you are avoiding. So me being, I don't know, profitable after X years doesn't mean that you will be. Could I have been profitable faster? Yes. Can it take you much longer to get profitable? Also yes. Plus, if I really advocate for you to take a leap of faith, like I did, and I was already self-employed before, right? So that's also a thing. If you've never done something like that, if you rely on a job, on a paycheck, on regular income, on that security, and suddenly you don't have that anymore, and now imagine you have an employee mindset. You show up every day here in the markets, and guess what? And many times you have to pay for the pleasure, right? That's the opposite of what you do at work, where you show up and then you receive your paycheck, right? So if I advocate that, that would be very, I don't know. Look at the odds. 90% lose money on average, right? We are playing a game here where the odds are highly stacked against us. And I don't know your capabilities, your backgrounds, your financial background. I don't know if you're married. I don't know if you have any obligations, if you need to pay rents or whatever. I don't know your cost structure. There's so many things, and also I don't know which if you're a risk taker. Some people would get freaked out. So what I can tell you is, at one point you have to take a leap of faith. You have to do it. But I'm an all or nothing guy, and that's not vibing with everybody, right? So That's why I'm holding off a little bit about me personally, because I might not be the right role model for you. Huh? Take it for what it is. So I can assure you one thing: here is someone that Tom trusts his followers with, and I try to educate you to the best of your ability. But I contribute to basically teaching you how to fish, so you will never be hungry a day in your life ever again, right? But some of the stuff you need to figure out for yourself, and like life-changing decisions, I rather want that you do them yourself, and I don't want to pretend that I can give you, by sharing my story, give you certainty in an environment that is pretty much very much uncertain. Okay, so that's why I'm a little bit careful with sharing here too much, even though I have already, you can piece that together if you watch all the episodes probably. Yeah, just so you know. So, thank you, that really means a lot, says TD. Do you think it's a good idea for me to keep use it, or should I push myself to go without recording and rely on being good on my own? There was a gentleman who wrote me that it helps him to record himself while he's trading. And I found that interesting. Maybe there's an element of accountability in it. Maybe you don't want to look bad, or put on a performance, maybe. I ask him whether he's extroverted. And he asks me if he should use it, or continue to use it, or push himself to do without. Hey, if that helps you recording your sessions, if it works, I wouldn't stop doing it, mate. I just wouldn't. Maybe at one point, because the thing is, there's the concept of reinforcing. So there's useful behaviors in trading and not so useful behaviors, right? So stuff that is good for your P&L and stuff that's bad, right? So if you do the good stuff, like we are doing here, even though we get stopped out probably, we are halfway of being stopped out. Stop loss is down here, and that was a real danger. There's absolutely nothing wrong with trying that, because if we did that yesterday, we would have been rewarded. If we did that yesterday in the Nasdaq, we would have been rewarded. And we played it somewhat smart, so we will just not turn this into a losing morning, right? We're risking pretty much what we made earlier. So Alec says, morning Andi, I'm very late. Sorry if I'm asking something you already answered, but how long take you for to be profitable? Yeah, maybe watch the recording. Lokendra, thanks for being here, Andi, and your honesty. Now I know why Tom admire you so much. Love and respect from Himalayas. Oh, love and respect from the beautiful city of Prague, my brother. Not sure Tom admires me. I think if anything, it's the other way around. I think Tom trusts me to trade and educate you well, and that trust is hopefully earned, and Whoo! It's still surreal that I'm here, actually. It's still crazy. So, Felix, did you study Tom's Telegram, L. Brooks, or other material when you started trading? And how did you develop the mental aspects of trading? There you go. Good question. I studied a lot of things. I discarded also most of it. I stuck mostly with Tom's teaching. However, I worked myself through Al Brooks. Was not the easiest of endeavors. It looks like we were going to get stopped out now. This makes more than 50% retracement. Yeah, and I think the first time I heard ever about that there are mental aspects of trading was, I think, a YouTube video of Tom talking about that, and that resonated very well. And at that point, he was still writing on best loser wins. But there I found out, okay, there's a discipline that's called trading psychology. So, and I read Mark Douglas, and I because David Paul mentioned him once, I read the works of Steve Ward, who is a trading psychologist who works with elite athletes, hedge fund managers, and stuff like that. Yeah, so, and the thing is, we were not all really different, but the reasons why we do certain things that you can observe across all traders, like taking profits too early and things like that. We might do that for different reasons, and maybe different things work for us. So there is no one size fits all, unfortunately. For example, I talked about the analytical types. They overanalyze and can't pull the trigger, and for them, sometimes a drill like the 20 trades exercise of Mark Douglas can very much help. But somebody who is rapid firing trade after trade after trade, to him it's just another 20 trades, and he might not change anything, right? So, but there are things in there that might help you. Yesterday I got a message from a gentleman from India who was just frustrated. Hey, Andy, I read Tom's book like 4 times, and I still just he did a lot of things wrong. Let's put it like that. So I was like, okay, then show me your book of horror. Yeah, I haven't done it yet, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so it's all I needed to hear. The thing is, when I say the growth that you seek lies in the work that you are avoiding, is exactly like that, right? When I say that, or when Tom says that, what does he always say? Practice doesn't make perfect, practice makes permanent. If you practice the wrong things or don't use the right approach, but what I'm trying to say is, let's take another example. It's easier to follow. So I go to the gym, and guess what? After New Year's Eve, the gym is full. It's packed. Right? Why is it packed? Because everybody has his New Year's resolution. So now, this year I will finally quit smoking. This year I will finally lose weight. This year I will finally get in shape, right? I think we all can relate. So, and then they buy a gym membership, and then they go a couple of days, and then the gym is empty again, right? And of course the gyms know that, so they sell memberships at a discounted price at the end of the year over their capacity, because nobody will show up anyway. So the reason why that is again that our brain cannot differentiate between the real thing, the actually reaching that goal, and just imagining it, right? So buying that gym membership and being all pumped up, yes, I will now go. That already feels like you achieved it. So the brain is the reward system is triggering, and you're flooded with dopamine, and you feel great, right? So and then you're not doing shit. So that's the thing here. So and that gentleman didn't do shit. He just read Tom's book a couple of times, but Tom says he primes himself by looking at his worst traits and whatever. He has there his book of horrors, basically a PowerPoint presentation, yada yada yada. Tom describes that, right? So where is your book of horror? Because that's one concrete thing that you can do, right? He didn't do that. And I said, no, you need to read about trading psychology, about the mental aspects of trading, make a plan, and then execute. And then he was like, yeah, okay, I will take those trades. And I was like, stop right there. You're excited now. You're flooded with dopamine. He says, how do you know? I said, yeah, you're just the type, right? That's not what I said. I said, you should stop doing what you're doing. Read those books and then make a plan and not trade. The plan is like, what can I really do about that here? Work on that and only then start trading again and try to implement that. So, bloody hell. Usually by the end of the session, I can 50 unread messages. We already have streamed 2 hours for 2 hours. Ladies and gentlemen, I will manage this position as good as I can. I will send you updates. I'm not sure I can manage an add-on, so I will delete the will delete the long order. I have to go to the gym. I have to eat. So I let this run. Yeah, stop loss is set. Take profit is set. We all agreed to that, and that's it. So it was an absolute pleasure. Thanks for being here with me. Last EU session before the summer break. If you want, I will be here for the US session. Thank you.